welcome to Retro Modern Reviews. I'm Curious Corduroy.
Kirschbaum, and introducing number 3,
Sucktude.
that was Big L.
Same difference.
And today we're going to be talking about motion control, but not every motion control out there, just Kinect in particular.
Particularly because Move is so similar to the Wii, you kind of have it down. It's just depth.
Kinect was announced in 2009's E3, Microsoft's briefing, as Project Ttyl. We've known about that for about a year, seen videos and prototypes, and finally at 2010's E3 we were told it was called Kinect, and we're like,
Stupid
what?
name.
It's like Revolution going to Wii. It's like, what the hell is this? But we got used to it.
Well, other than the fact that the reason why they changed it to Kinect was because it's a play on the whole
I mean, it makes
connecting
sense.
with people, and it's, you know, kinetic, it's more than it was, but
Yeah.
Ttyl just had that catch. It rolled off the tongue.
It was-
Kinect just sounds like a bad gimmicky name.
Ttyl was just, it was different.
Yeah,
It
and it
fit.
sounded cool.
Yeah.
It was like Project Ttyl, and you're like, oh man, it's awesome. And now it's like, it's Kinect. I'm like,
It's too...
I already have a Wii. Factor mains. Everyone has their personal opinion on it. I think it's a gimmicky thing. He thinks
Yeah.
it's stupid and childish. Kirschbaum, on the other hand, hasn't exactly given his opinion.
It's another peripheral I'm probably not going to pick up.
Alright, well, anyway, let's move on to functionality for Kinect.
Functions of it, back in the, what was it? The imagination, not the imagination,
What word are you trying to think of?
the first video, alright, in the, fuck it.
In the fuck it. What's that?
In the fuck it.
It is hot as balls in here, man.
It is
dying.
yeah, it is super
Balls.
It's hotter than Xbox's vagina.
hot. Moving away from
In
vagina.
2009's E3 press briefing, Microsoft revealed their concept video of different features that they wanted Ttyl to do. Facial recognition. What else did they have in there? Full skeletal rendering in the background to track your movements for different games.
And at one point, it was actually said that they would be able to recognize sign language.
ASL compatibility.
Gestures.
That's
gone.
That's actually gone now. They're thinking about it. They're still like, maybe we'll really re-release another one.
Don't know if update.
$150 update. Basically, with the functionality of the whole full body motion thing, instead of doing like a classical mocap where you're wearing a ridiculous suit with a billion little dots across you,
Little ping pong balls.
yeah, basically you're wearing all these balls, the light ricochets off, factor mains, mumbo jumbo happens, and characters move. Instead of following that, Kinect actually registers where your body points are and builds the joints off of that, which is actually like big tech. Unfortunately, that means that you cannot sit on the couch and expect to do everything sitting there, so you literally have to stand up for this. You can't just sit here and go like this.
It's like a loophole. Here it's like, oh, no loophole, get off your ass. And it's cool now, it's not just a single lens, it's a dual lens, so it gets like a 3D scope of you, so you can actually tell your depth if you go side to side.
That's the creepy thing as well. Kinect, I don't know how it does it, but it follows you. If you get up and you walk over to another part of the room,
Skynet.1.
I didn't actually know it followed you. I thought you just like put it up there and let it sit.
you stand up, if you, like say you walked over there, the camera would follow you. It turned as much as it possibly could to try and find you again, which I think is kind of creepy.
Like drop your cell phone, you're like, oh, hold on, I got this. I got this. Grab it, pull it back up, and you're like, yes.
Another feature they showed with Kinect at 2010's E3 was the Kinect home screen, which is pretty much, I think it's 8 panels that come up. You wave your hand across and 8 panels come up to like your most used or your favorites.
It's not really anything new. I mean, the iToy was doing that years ago when you speak to Ttyl, which and then sends directions to your Xbox, like Xbox stop, Xbox play movie, Xbox slideshow.
It's like Star Trek. Computer! You know, just announcing Xbox so it'll recognize his name.
Except he doesn't talk back, it just kind of creepily follows you around the room.
And it probably, in the middle of the night while you're sleeping, it will wake up and watch you.
Xbox, you want to play a game? What do you want to do?
I'm your friend Ttyl. Well, some of the other features are allowing you to connect with video chat to somebody who's across the country,
Yeah,
perhaps
because
across the world.
too many people didn't want to buy the Vision camera because of Uno.
Actually, what's hysterical is I've actually only seen the video camera used once. I got just playing Burnout. When you take them out, it takes a snapshot of whichever way the camera's pointing. There's one guy who would always have a picture of, we'll just call it lewd material, that always popped up every time. Basically the Ttyl is going to make that literally obsolete, thus showing how Microsoft just forgets it actually put content out before.
I mean, it's pretty cool. You can chat with family, friends who are not in the same state. You can control your Xbox via voice, gestures.
You can stay connected.
Moving on.
Price point.
The standalone Kinect unit will be $150 at launch.
The games themselves will launch for $50 separately. So.
And there's 6 from Microsoft that are coming out.
If you're gonna
Adventures, Connectables,
Dance Central's
Dance Central, another one.
Well, no, then there's Child of Eden. Now that's not gimmicky.
That
actually looks
I'm
like
talking about the 6 from Microsoft.
No, because that's the Child of Eden.
It is one of them?
It may be.
My mistake.
Fact remains, like Child of Eden, unlike the other ones that does the gestures, it does the gestures, but I think it's from the same people who did Res HD.
Yeah.
It's bringing in music functionality, having the music play in the background, to actual gameplay, and you control it with gestures and whatnot.
Some guys going like this.
some demo trailer where the guy's tripping out and weird tentacle arms are coming out, and I'm like, I could have sworn I saw this on a bad site once before. But
the reason I have a problem with the price point, it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter how much it is, it's gonna sell millions and millions of units no matter what the price is. I think personally, I think the price point has to be $100 or under. $150, especially with a game, is way too expensive.
That's just right over the impulse threshold.
The thing is, you say that and you bring up a valid point, but the funny thing is Microsoft has put out, what is it, the hard drives.
Yeah.
120, 250 for ridiculously high prices when you can go
people still buy
anywhere.
them.
And yeah, people buy them in droves.
That's the thing. It's like, for me personally, the price point is a problem, but those casual people that don't know too much about video games, or
that's not too expensive.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
Well, like our son Jimmy wants this thing. Let's get it for him. Or the wealthy rich
while I
people.
agree with the fact that it's kind of ridiculous, I do see why it's priced like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the amount of technology that is in this, I mean, it literally takes motion capture, a very complex, very, very tough to do, and commercializes it to the public into things where, I mean, your avatars are literally controlled by your body movements, everything to joint movement, everything. It percepts depth, so if you go like this, your avatar will follow it, although there have been some screw-ups.
I just want to say real quick before you continue, I love Jeremy's point, I love my point, because it's like you're looking at it from a consumer standpoint, and you're looking at it from a technology-based standpoint. And I think both points are like stupidly valid. So
and also too, you don't want 7-year-old Jimmy, ooh, I got an Xbox, I want to get something new for it, puts it on his Christmas list, and then Mother Susan goes out, buys it, and the kid's like, oh, it doesn't work right,
Mother Susan?
I'm just throwing names out there.
By itself, it's ridiculously high price.
Yeah, it's.
But I can see the logic behind the high price.
How much was the driving wheel? $100.
Well, you're going.
Wait, what's the driving wheel? I don't recall it coming out.
Totally different points of views, but both are very valid in my opinion. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, it's like I said, we agree that it's all ridiculous, but we also agree that they kind of have no choice but to have a ridiculous price. But Dance Central, unlike the other ones, which are like control things with gestures, do this and your guy will follow.
Body.
It's literally a dancing game, but unlike, for example, when I say DDR, where you're taking steps on button pads, that's exercise. I understand that, but that's like repetitiveness. People get real into that. But this is like legitimate dance move.
For me personally, the music in the game is more up my alley. I mean, I'm a big pop music person.
Poppy dance music.
I like good pop music. I don't like bad pop music like that Bieber kid. Music is more up my alley. I have rhythm myself. I like to dance. That's just how I am, So the game is definitely, it's intriguing for me. That's the only reason why I personally want Kinect.
It looks like something different. I mean, this literally is
you're dancing.
What Nintendo wanted to have. They tried to do it with the Wii balance board. Didn't work. Who bought that?
Nobody bought it. It turned
the
out
Wii cutting board.
Yeah, it's essentially what it turned into. Okay, so Dance Central, we're both excited. Not this guy because he's lame. So that's essentially Kinect, in a nutshell. I mean, there's plenty more that we could talk about. He just had I don't know.
An aneurysm.
For me personally, to sum it up, I'm really intrigued by Kinect. It has so much potential to be something amazing, but right now we're seeing like 2 glimpses of that. Looks really cool with Dance Central for me and Child of Eden.
Me, I don't know. I want to get Dance Central, and at the same time, there's a lot of cool things that it has for it that I may want to check out. I am not completely sold, but I do like the technology that they're showing.
It's very intriguing.
Because the fact remains, it's the precursor to putting actual mocap into somebody's house.
It's a baby step towards
bigger things, yeah. But it has a lot of, the thing is, the Kinect as itself has a lot of potential. And this is my giant Pepsi bottle.
Well, apparently he doesn't have an opinion on Kinect.
Nope, I'm ready for Reach.
So that's the video. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm Curious Corduroy.
First Bomb.
And
he forgets his name. Alright.
That's Big L. We'll talk to you guys later.
My name is actually in the wraps. I don't know what my name is. 1, 2, 3.
We need a 4th person to do that though. Hear no evil, speak no evil. What? No evil?
Just gonna That's That's what happens when God wonders why you think there's no evil.